the PlayStation 5 Pro because I got it. I spent my own money to actually purchase this.
No, you didn't. You told everybody you were selling your base PS5 to your girlfriend for $500. All you did was spend $300. Man, who you playing, man? Who you playing with? Are you serious, man? Come on, bro, Dreamcast guy, bro. Like, just admit it. You poor, you poor like everybody else, right?
Do a brutally honest review. Now, this thing, including the cost of the disk drive that you have to buy separately, this cost me $800.
No, it cost you $300 because you made $500 by selling your old PS5 to your girlfriend.
Let's talk about this and talk about the goods and the bads, because I still feel like for the price tag, it is just such a big chunk of change.
No, it's more like a chunk of junk. And what's even more funny is the fact that you guys keep complaining about the price, but then you guys say that it's actually worth paying the $700 to $800 for the upgrade. So what is the problem? The reason as to why you guys complain about the price, because there's not a significant improvement in a lot of these games. Because to be honest with you, if there was actually improvements with this console, I probably would have went out there and bought one. But you can't expect me to buy an upgrade console to a console that has a very lackluster library of games.
Really big TV that you don't mind sitting close to. This is going to make sure so every pixel, every frame rate, every single bit of this is the perfect.
That's crazy that you people actually have to go out there and buy 55 to 65 inch TVs just so you could take full advantage of the Pro. Because from what I'm hearing, that if you have like a smaller TV display, you're not really going to notice the difference.
Experience you want. Now, in my opinion, Sony's been releasing a lot of these kind of rather niche, high premium products for the last couple years.
Oh
in fact,
my
I've
God, here we go.
The last couple years. In fact, I've reviewed a lot of them. Stuff like
how can you play a game while also walking on some form of a treadmill, bro? Like, I mean, just spend 30 minutes of just walking on whatever you're walking on and then go back to playing your games, bro. Like, how is that even comfortable? Like, you was actually playing. What? You're not getting a good workout out of this. Look at this.
The PlayStation.
What is this?
They released a $200.
You're supposed to be walking with your posture up. Not, like I said, I'm not trying to get into fitness, guys, but you should be walking with your posture up. Not with your, your back leaning down towards your little Steam Deck. Bro, that's how you have bad posture, bro. Like, how do you not know this, man? All because you can't put the controller down for 15 to 20 minutes just so you can go do what you want. You got to find ways to multitask it. Oh, I can get my little gaming in while I'm also going for my walk. Bruh, that's not the right way to do things.
Like PS5 controller.
Look at this.
And yeah, man, it's good. I don't think it's $200 good, but it is good. They also did stuff like the PlayStation Portal, which allows you to stream PlayStation 5 games onto a tiny screen in case, you're in a house and you got a bunch of kids that are constantly taking up the TV to watch Bluey. Sony is clear. This is the kind of thing where, as good as it looks, as nice as these upgrades are, I still feel like this is a very tiny niche product. If you're the kind of person that...
But that's fine, though. It's fine that it's niche because you know why? The Dreamcast could be considered niche to a lot of people, and I can still talk highly about it. The fact that you guys can't talk highly about this device even after you purchase one goes to show you that you're not even impressed with the Pro. Just be honest, man. Just because something's niche doesn't mean you can't talk good about it. Panzer Dragoon Saga is one of my favorite games, and nobody bought it. But guess what? It's niche. Nobody really cares about the game, but I can still talk very highly about it. That just goes to show you that this PS5 Pro sucks.
Is utterly obsessed specifically with Sony Studio stuff. Like, you want to make sure freaking God of War looks as good as absolutely possible. This is definitely good for you. Some of the stuff
I would say PC is a better option.
That was actually by PlayStation Studios, like Ratchet and Clank and stuff, they look exceptionally good. The two games that really melted my mind the most because of how substantial the upgrade was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Spider-Man 2. Now,
I would agree, because even when I seen the screenshots between the PS5 and the Pro version, I did notice that difference, and I would go as far to say that Rebirth was kind of the same thing. Right? So you're essentially paying $700 just to play two games. And if you ain't a fan of these games, well, guess what? Well, there goes your $700.
Let's start off talking about the webhead, because This has a bunch of different options. The best is people saying, do we really need to get better graphics than this? Where was that? I saw a tweet that said, I feel like we're at a point
I don't think that's the problem. I think we need games, people. I really don't even think the Pro would even be that much of an issue if the PS5 didn't have a lackluster library of games. That's just my honest opinion. No, because think about it. The PS4 Pro was very similar to what you're getting with the PS5 Pro, and nobody cared because you had games to actually utilize it, and on top of it, you had games to play. You're not getting really much out of this experience. You're not getting PS1, 2, 3 games enhanced. I mean, you kind of are through remasters or remakes, but you're not getting it through any sort of emulation. If they had some form of PS3 emulation support, I think I would even bought one. But I mean, the PS5 Pro is not doing much that my PS5 can't already do already. And I think that's the problem with this console.
Improved graphics just don't matter. And I think that is a fair sentiment. The PlayStation 5 Pro just looks so good, it runs so good. I do feel like it's very difficult to imagine the PlayStation 6. I mean, I don't think there's going to be a PlayStation 7. The PlayStation 5 Pro...
Which is so funny because who said that before anybody? I told you that consoles are ceasing to exist, bro. Like, we've gotten to the point where most of these companies are making their money off digital sales anyway. You guys heard the fiscal reports of physical just not being up there with digital and how people are opting out for digital over physical anyway. So like I said, man, these were things that were bound to happen. And now consoles are starting to see the concept of essentially a set top box. They don't even come with the physical drives anymore. You have to buy them separately.
So good. I just can't imagine something going generations beyond
It's
this.
not that impressive. Like I'm saying, it looks good here. I'm not fronting. I'm not trying to downplay the game, but this is not photorealistic here. Okay, if these games can look better on PC, then of course that things can also look better on console. I just think the argument that we should be having, are we finally outgrowing the concept of a $500 console? Of what they can put between a $500, because you got to remember, they've always lost on hardware and made the money back through software, and now it's subscription services. See, the problem is Sony can't really do that because a lot of the people buying PS5s are not buying it for their games. I do think if people bought a PS5 and we were seeing stuff like this game in particular selling 20 million, I don't think Sony would have even thought about this idea. But it's the fact that your games are doing so poorly in comparison to all these other games is the reason as to why these companies have to opt out for other avenues of making money, which is also PC and also putting their games on competing platforms. And what's even more funny about Death Stranding, even though you guys say Kojima owns the IP now, when you load it up on Xbox, it says Sony Interactive Entertainment. Kojima didn't even care enough to take it out, bro. Come on, man. You lost your exclusive. Just admit it.
Right? Now, the other game I want to talk about, of course, is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So this game had a lot of graphical issues when you first played it on a base model PS5 next to me. And normally when I'm playing it for stuff like Grand Theft Auto and stuff, I'm pretty dang up close. And the differences in this...
What is this man doing, bro? Dreamcast guy. You know you're not supposed to be sitting that close to your television screen. Did your mama ever tell you this, bro? Like, come on, man. What are you doing, bro? Like, the TV's way bigger. There's no reason for you to sit that close. And the funny thing is, that TV don't even... Is it a 55? It don't even look like a 55-inch. This looks like the same 47 that he was talking about. I don't think this TV's even 4K. Like, let me see, because I have a display that's kind of way bigger, but it has very good sound quality. And this is not a 4K model, I don't believe.
Were not that noticeable.
And it's definitely not 120 hertz, because if this is the TV that he was talking about, yeah, this is not the 120 hertz Sony TV.
To resolution or extra fidelity, right? When I noticed it the most is when I was sitting on my couch, which is in front of a 60-inch TV. It's a 4K Ultra HD OLED stuff.
So you need a 60, you hear that, guys? You need a 60-inch TV to actually take advantage of the Pro, which has already been stated by a lot of gaming publications.
That sitting in front of that TV, even as close as I'm sitting, that's when I can actually appreciate and see just how wild the frame rate, the visuals...
So you have to sit that close. Okay. So you're trying to tell me that you got to sit this close to your TV to see the difference between the base PS5 and the Pro? Are you kidding me, man? Like, you telling me I can't sit 10 feet? You see, these guys are essentially playing these games with magnifying glasses. Maybe that's why Digital Foundry be doing a 300 times zoom, because they got people like you that got to sit up all up on the TV just so you can see the differences between the performance and the resolution, bro. If I can't see it 10 feet away from where I'm sitting on my couch, then maybe there's no difference to be talking about.
The resolution actually is.
Like,
but
what?
I think the part of this that actually grabbed me the most is that some games go over 60 FPS. There are 120 frames a second games.
Yeah, the PS5 had that as well, but a lot of them couldn't achieve it. But there was always that option, though.
Stuff like Resident Evil Village runs at 120 FPS. I mean, that's what they claim. I booted it up.
Bro, freaking Resident Evil 2 Remake runs at 120 FPS. Where have you been, bro? like he's acting like this is new. And what's even more funny, it's a PS4 game. It's not that demanding.
I don't have a frame counter, but it dang clearly is way over 60 FPS, and it is such a smooth experience. It's almost surreal. So I will say this.
Well, that's kind of hard to believe, considering that you say you play on PC, because if you played on PC, none of these things would be new to you. You would have already experienced these so-called frame rates that you people have already playing with. So you can tell by the way they word and how they talk about things that they're clear liars, because it's like, oh, now if you want to say smooth for a console experience, it's fine, but don't say, oh, this is the smoothest experience that I've ever played if you play on PC, because that means you don't play on PC like you claim. Because if this is something that you're remotely seeing all the time, then more than likely you're going to be like, oh, this is very similar to what I do on PC. It's not that much of a difference on a console, because now if you want to say it's different between a PC and a console, that's fine. You can bring that example, but don't say that this whole experience is new to you, because this is not new.
It kind of,
especially considering that Resident Evil 2 Remake had it as well, too.
I don't regret buying the PlayStation 5 Pro.
You sure? Because it says it in your title. Do I regret buying it?
This is an incredibly niche product. The performance difference that we got with the PlayStation 4 versus the PlayStation 4 Pro, and compare that gap to the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Pro, it's a much tinier bump. But
wow. He's essentially saying that the PS4 Pro was actually worth your money. And what's even more funny about that, it was actually at the half of cost. I told you guys, man, the PS5 Pro ain't nothing but the PS4 Pro. It's the same exact type of structure they did with that console, but on top of that, charging you guys for $800, including the disc drive. Dreamcast guy was only $300 because he ripped his girlfriend off for $500, but you guys get what I mean. I mean, you got these ponies out here hustling their own family members because they can't even afford the console either.
If you have the money for it, I do think it is worth it.
I have the money for it, and I still don't want it.
I managed to get my PlayStation 5 Pro for just a little over $300 total. So my girlfriend...
There you go. He couldn't hide it for too long, guys. I told you. So you didn't pay that $800 like you claimed.
Bought my current PS5 off of me. I've got a PlayStation 5 Slim.
This man got no shame. He got no shame telling y'all that he ripped his girlfriend for $500, man. What's wrong with you, bruh? Come on, man. Don't be doing this.
For a bunch of games and an extra controller and stuff like that.
Nah, bro. You throwing some used games and a controller, man. You worse than GameStop, man. This man threw her a controller. Bro, I don't like the way you're going about this, man. Now, I know that's your piece, but, man, come on, bro. Like, how you gonna do it? Oh, I threw her some old used games I bought on a buy two get one free at GameStop. And a PS5 controller with stick drift. Man, you foul. You a bad man, bro. You a bad man.
So it is a good deal.
No, it's not a good deal. He's saying it's a good deal. She could have bought one new for $500 off the box, and you out here telling people that was a good deal. That weren't no good deal. You ripped her off. What? You ripped her off, scumbag? Like, just admit it. Bro, we got to rewind that, man. I wish we got to this at the beginning of the video, because this is hilarious.
$300 total. So my girlfriend bought my current PS5 off of me.
Why would you do this?
PlayStation 5 Slim. I gave her a bunch of games and an extra controller and stuff like that.
Extra games, man. He don't even want to talk about how many games he gave her, because you didn't give her much. You probably gave her the games that you're probably going to play with her. right? Because that's what most girlfriends do, with their boyfriends and stuff. And then you gave her, an old console, all used and abused. All that for $500 and he justified it? Man, you worse than Sony. You out here, Sony robbed you, and now you robbing your girlfriend.
So it is a good deal.
No, it's not a good deal, man.
And then I bought this. So spending about $300 on this instead of $800 on this, I think it is.
You still kind of did it though, because you sold your PS5, which is, not saying that the market value would give you 500, but it's see, this is the whole thing. Like, you guys don't know nothing about saving money and all that. You guys think that because you sold something that you save money. You still spent $500 on that console that you picked up and purchased, bro. Let's not forget, $500. Now you got that money back because you robbed your girlfriend, even though it should have been sold at like maybe $350 plus the games and the controller. But all in all, $500 you spent, and then you spent $800. You took the same $500 that you spent on that PS5 when it came out and added an additional $300. How are you saving money? You're not saving anything. You guys are getting ripped off.
Appealing and worthwhile upgrade. But if you're just a person that's playing on a 1080p...
And let's not forget, guys, the same person that said you guys are just mad at the Pro because you're broke and can't afford one, even though he's out here ripping his girlfriend off.
TV in a tiny little dorm room, I would not at all think this is worth it.
Then that's crazy. If I can't see the difference no matter on what display that I'm playing on, then maybe there's no real significant upgrade with this console. Like, that's crazy that you people saying you need a certain TV size, you need to be 2 inches with your eyeballs away from the screen, and all these, like, are these things that are actually in the manual and the criteria of the PS5 Pro? Does it tell you that for you to really see the 8K textures, you got to be literally on the TV screen like what you was doing? Like, bro, ain't nobody doing that, man. I'm going to just sit there and have my base PS5, man. But let's get back to this again. Hold on.
I do think it is worth it. I managed to get my PlayStation 5 Pro for just a little over $300 total. So my girlfriend bought my current PS5 off of me. I got a PlayStation 5 Slim. I gave her a bunch of games and an extra controller and stuff like that.
Yeah, look at that. He tried it, bro. Bro, just admit it. You ripped her off, man. I gave her an extra controller with stick drift. The one that you was using and abusing when you was playing Baldur's Gate 3. Bro, come on, man. It's crazy, bro. You probably gave her one of your used controllers, man. You probably didn't even give her the same one that came into the box. Come on, man. You probably talking about the controller that it's supposed to come with within the console, bro. Come on, man. Very disingenuous, Dream. Very disingenuous. So you spent $300 because you ripped off the other $500 from your GF. Wow.
So it is a good deal.
No, it's not a good deal. But so if that's all right. So okay, so that's a good deal for you. But what good deal is your girlfriend getting? You gave her a used PS5 Slim. All right, probably used and abused, probably rattling inside and everything, right? A used controller. Look, we'll just add an extra controller. I don't even think he gave her an extra controller. I think he just gave her the one that he was using, right? While he proceeds to get a new one. You gave her that, and then you gave her some cheap games that you probably got at GameStop for $9.99. Bro, what deal did she get? She got robbed, bro. She could have got one with a warranty, one with a brand fresh new controller, not one with no stick drift. You feel me? And then she should have been able to just game share your library. Like, what? Like, this dude acting like, oh, I'm saving her money. I would never go to GameStop, man. Please tell me if this dude, man, works at GameStop or something, because this GameStop is not the place for gaming, man. Keep dreaming would be their motto, man. While he out here robbing all the money out of your pockets.
I bought this. So spending about $300 on this instead of $800 on this, I think it is a appealing and worthwhile upgrade.
All right, guys, you heard it from the man himself. Just go out there, overcharge your girlfriend for a PS5, and the PS5 Pro will finally be worth the money, man. I hope you guys do this, man. Like, hey, if this is the only way that you guys can afford the Pro, but my whole thing is that you guys say that people that can't afford this console are poor. That's what they said, right? So if you're so wealthy, then why you didn't just spend $800 of your own hard-earned money and just get it? Instead, you had to manipulate and deceive your girlfriend. You know, your girlfriend's probably saying, "Oh, baby, you gave me the Pro. Yeah, I got you the Pro. You know, I'm gonna get you this one because But why is yours got 3 lines on it? Mine's only got one. Don't worry about that, baby. It's the same, and they do look the same too. These consoles. So she's probably like, "Oh my God, babe, thank you. You bought me the $800 Pro. Yeah, I always think about you, baby. I got you the Pro." When you're out here ripping her off, man. There ain't no real difference, baby. There ain't no real difference. You know what I'm saying? They look the same. The interior shell's the same. Hey, babe, I want to use a different faceplate, the ones you had from the Pro model. Oh no, you can't use those because that's a PS5. A PS5 Pro. Man, this dude, man, I can't believe it, bro. Babe, she looking through the files. She looking through the system settings. Babe, I heard the PS5 Pro has 2 terabytes. Why does this only have 1? What you mean? Oh, that's probably a special model. That's probably what it is. It's a special model. That will come with 1 terabyte. But why yours got 2? Yours got 2 terabytes. Mine got 1. Hey, it's the same thing, baby. They probably made made a mistake. They made a mistake. Bruh, I'm done. Make a mistake, man. Oh, man, she made a mistake when she was dating you, my friend. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. And like I said, take care. Peace out.